What up, everybody? Let's see. Let me know how the sound is. Let me know if you can hear me from my TV. Yeah, because we might have KGM showing up. 50, what's up, buddy? What's up about sound is okay? Okay. So when I had my TV unmuted, you didn't hear me. You didn't hear an echo. Like if I do this again, like you don't hear my TV in the background. Because if so, I have to change some settings. David, what's up, man? Got the mini. Got the mini. We got some spare parts. We got full set of front arms, full set of rear arms, um, rod ends. We got both pin sets. We got the front hubs, rear hubs, shock towers, and the hinge pin braces. Because I call those high brake items, and I really want the batch to stay. I don't like to do that until I have parts, because then it's sitting there down. So, Fi, what's up, man? How you doing? You forgot your buds? Ah, damn. I might move my microphone because, like I said, I think KGM is going to join, and I don't want because like, he's going to have to come through the TV speaker, and I don't want my mic to pick it up. I have my software I can adjust, but we really won't know until he gets here. Should have put it on my mic stand before I started. But yeah, we're oh, I also got. Let me move this over here so it's out of your way. I also got the back clips in, so we're gonna put those on because I'm not a fan of the tread pattern on the Kratons. Not saying it's bad, but for my drive style, I like the back clip more or back clips. So there's just obviously we got the green's my favorite color. If you guys haven't watched the first unbox and first run, go check it out. I posted it on Monday, I think. Um, it's a blast. It's honestly way cooler than I thought it was going to be as a Mini Kraton compared to the Mini XRT. I can't speak on the Mini XRT. I don't have one. I never ran one. Um, I'll get one eventually, but I don't. I can't really say for sure. I went this route just because out of the box it comes with the aluminum shocks all around. Uh, the metal drivetrain, the metal chassis brace. I think it's a little more bang for your buck. It's a little more, but overall, I still think it's a better deal. But again, I can't say for sure how the Mini XRT is. But this thing, I was super surprised at how this handled my yard because my yard is not smooth by any means. And little trucks like this get tossed around. This thing handled it really well. I was really surprised on how good this handles. And I said in the video, this might sound stupid, but it handles like a Kraton. It really does. I'm honestly impressed with it. Because sometimes when they shrink these down, it looks like them, but it doesn't really feel the same. It feels like a Kraton. It really does. King Richard, what's up, man? Yeah, get one. Can't speak for the Kraton, but the Mini XRT is pretty cool. Bicycle stairs in between. Those would be cool. Yeah, I'd like to get one, but you know. So I did put a screen, like I normally do, on my fan for my motor. Just because of where I drive, there's a lot of dirt and sand and rocks can get in there. Again, the fact that it comes with a little mini heat sink and a fan on there is pretty cool, man. So I'm gonna put the backflips on here. We're gonna get this out today and run it and actually batch it. So see how she holds up. You're gonna run your Mini Kraton here, XRT. You'll see. It looks beefier, but certain things. But yeah, I really can't speak. I think this is a really good choice. It handles great and drives awesome. So, but again, I can't speak for the Mini XRT. But if you're in the market and you really like it, I think you really can't go wrong. I'm really impressed at how this thing handles. I only have that short run with the 2 batteries, but I have high hopes for this thing. I haven't. If you watch my first video, I had no heat issues. The second part of the video is when I put the speed plug thing in, and I was on my main road just going back and forth full throttle and stuff, and it did not overheat at all. It like got warm. That was it. It like didn't get hot by like any means. So here's a little comparison between the backflip and this. So they're a little bigger, the backflips, but not by much. Like very, very smidge. It might not even pick up on camera, but they're a little, just a smidge bigger. I just like the tread pattern more for me, and that's pretty cool. It's metal hexes on here too. Little metal hexes, and they color match. Yeah, aren't they? They're borderline adorable, honestly. I'm so used to like the bigger trucks. This is actually a Traxxas wrench that came with like my original Riva 2.5, because this comes with a wrench, but I like to have a little bit longer torque on there. Backflips are one of the best RTR. I think so too. I actually a while back I did a video comparing um, a few different tires, and I still think like these are just the tread pattern and stuff, which is good. Because I ran the XRT tires, backflip tires, there's other fifth scale tires I forget, and I think one other set. It's an older video on fifth scales. I test them on like different trucks too. Copperheads over here. Little baby backflips. Come on. There we go. There she looks with the backflips on there. Little baby backflips on there. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's why the first run video isn't like a crazy bash or nothing, because I wanted to have some backup parts before, because I hate like running a truck and then it breaks and I'm waiting a week. So I like to have certain parts in stock. Let me throw some batteries on charge. So we're gonna charge up these first. I'm actually gonna charge up a few different packs. I have these two 3S packs to charge. Oh, time out. This is a smart charger, and I feel like every once in a while, if I leave it plugged in too long, I have to unplug it and reset it, and I'm good. Get some mini outcasts would be next. That would be cool. I hope so. Let's see how this does. All right, so this one's charging. Plug this other one in. Yeah, every once in a while, if I leave this smart charger plugged in for a long time, when I plug in a battery, it says like an error. But as soon as I unplug it, I feel like it like resets everything, and it's fine. It's no fault to the charger. This thing's awesome for charging even these big things. These are 10,000 mAh 6S packs. I charge 2 of these at a time and balance lead. This is honestly a solid charger. It charges these in no time. Each channel does 100 watts. So I'll get one for sure. I love the I love the Outcast is definitely one of my favorite rigs for sure. I like the shorter wheelbase stuff. I don't know how much shorter it would be. Like here maybe. I'm curious if they make one. Who knows? I feel like they will. Charge up the little guys, and then we're gonna charge up the 2 6S packs because I'm gonna get the Mega Kraton out, and then we're gonna charge up one more 6S pack for the Notorious. That Notorious is so much fun. Needs to be wider than the Kraton. Well, the 8S ones are just as wide. They're just shorter. Because they run the same arms and everything, both heads, all that. It's just the chassis are shorter. Yeah, like Addicted said, they'll yeah, that's just how they are. That's the real. I think that's the only difference between the Kraton and the Outcasts. Or the Outcast is a little shorter, and that little shorter makes a big difference, honestly. And that's more my dry style. I like the kind of the crazy flips and all that, because with the longer wheelbase, you need a little more oomph to get it to go. I'm curious to see how these do. These little mini backflips. The rubber's vented already. There's a hole on either side. Mini infraction. Well, they had that 3S infraction for a while. I think it's discontinued now, but they used to. They had. I think Addicta has one. They had a 3S infraction. I have to say though, that green body does look good. Because Diddy got the mini or this 3S infraction when it came out. We took it to that BMX track we used to go to. I don't know if it was 10. The I don't know how big the mini infraction was. I know it wasn't very big. It wasn't this small, but I can look it up real quick. I'm curious now. That's wrong. Google saying it's a 1/8 scale. It could be right. I don't know. Yeah, it says 1/8. I thought it'd be smaller than that. It was pretty small. But I'm used to the bigger stuff, so KGM's on its way. Sorry, guys. This is 14. No, this is 16. They're calling it 16 scale. Let's grab my Grom here. This is my Typhon Grom. So it's a little shorter, but again, this is a buggy, so it's not. The tires are way different, way bigger. But again, a buggy. The chassis is close, but obviously different because again, buggy. Yeah, that's the ESC I put in there. Don't worry about that guy. But yeah, it's definitely close. I don't know what size they consider a Grom. I guess it would be more like a Mini Max. They're considering it 16 scale. So, but these companies, they like, especially trashes and stuff, they say certain things are like they don't even go by 16th or 1/5 anymore. They call it like the mega and all that, or max sizes and stuff. But back in the day, even their one, what I think they called it a 1/10, something that was like a 10 scale, but it was way bigger than that. Like it's so hard to go off of that. Max, what's up, buddy? Just threw the little mini baby backflip onto the Mini Kraton. So tiny. These are the copperheads that came on. They're, like I said, they're just a smidge bigger. Yeah, dude, I'm honestly impressed at how it handles. It handles so well. Charging up some batteries for the run later. Got these little ones going, and then I got some other ones to charge for the bigger stuff. Much appreciated, Matt. Anybody else in chat get one of these or want one of these? Either way, I'm just curious. We got the speed plug in there. The first pack I did was without it. If you haven't watched the video, and then the second one was with it. Had no heat issues, no nothing. Um, Honestly, it handles so well. I'm gonna keep saying that because it just really blew my mind at how well it handled my yard. It's hard to show up on camera because my yard, there's lumps and bumps and ruts everywhere. It's just not flat at all. And these little trucks get around. This one handled it so well. You want one? Yeah, definitely sick, dude. I think Horizon has them in stock. I think they still have some greens. I was on there the other day. Yeah, definitely a cool little rig. But I really want to find a skate park or something to take this because I really think this will be an awesome grab and go for a skate park because it's light, but it has a crap ton of power and speed and stuff. I really think it'll be really good at a park because the skate park down my road specifically says no RC vehicles. It's like the first thing on the rules. The last thing I need is to get kicked out or cops are coming because I'm playing with a toy car. If you guys didn't see, MTC got one of these in too, so we're curious to see what they're going to be doing. But overall, like I said, the first two packs, I've been impressed. Time will tell how it holds up though. Once, like I said in the video, I like to do like 12 packs and then do a review. So won't be a review for a while, but so far I'm impressed with it. Interesting how this works because again, it's light, so maybe not, but I really think hard enough front end impact when this crunches, it's gonna bend this. But I don't know, it might not. You hit the button, it pulls, and there's a spring, and it unlatches it. Time will tell. Again, we gotta beat it up a little bit to see. I'm curious to see. I feel like the other clipless bodies have been like tests, and they're slowly like changing how they work. I'm curious if the next iteration on the bigger trucks are going to be something like this. So I kind of wish the Notorious had a button back here instead of the one in the front and the rear. We'll see. I'm curious, like, because they tested out on smaller stuff before they released the bigger stuff. Because we all know they're working for something they have to be. He jams on his way, so let me make sure this isn't going to be too loud. Where's my volume? I really don't want my microphone to pick it up. Traxxas Mini clipless bodies are better, I'd say, more durable. This is the first Mini I've with this kind of clipless body on it from them, so time will tell. I don't have a Traxxas Mini to see, so can't speak on that, but we'll see when I get one. Definitely want to do comparison. I haven't had any issues with the clipless body on the Notorious, besides it getting packed with sand. That's just because where I live. But I clean it and then I put some what's it called? Dry lube in there, the WD-40 dry lube, and it does pretty good so it doesn't stick with dirt. Um, know the clipless body on the XRT, the fifth scale has been pretty good. Trying to think of other ones I had. The one on the new Kraton EXB, I think I had that front pop off once, but it was a horrific front end impact. XOT, I'm trying to think. I don't think that's ever popped on me. I'm trying to remember. I know when I had an X Max that used to pop off like it was its job. I think every company is slowly working on trying to fine tune the clipless setup. But at the end of the day, is it really worth all that extra stuff? You know what I mean? All the extra parts and buttons and stuff that can either break or get clogged with dirt and stuff, and then have issues trying to get your body off. So it's like, would you rather have clipless, or would you rather have to put pins in and then those pins will come out? You know what I mean? So just playing devil's advocate. You know what I mean? Everything has their pros and cons. I got this big ass Yeti water jug, half-gallon. As you can tell, green is my favorite color. Matches all my mini toolboxes for Harbor Freight. Those are super handy. I like my pants. Clipless always turns into a pain. Yeah. So I'm saying, like, there's definitely trade-offs. Get a cleaner look. When it works, it's definitely faster. But when it gets jammed with dirt, no matter which one you have, it's kind of a pain to get off. So, giggity. But we'll see. Time will tell how this one holds up. So far, I haven't had any issues with it. Again, I only had those 2 packs. The one time in the video when I was having trouble, that was just me being stupid. I didn't push it in far enough, as she said. So it is a slick looking little rig though, man. I'm gonna try to run this at a spot down my road. It's small, obviously, so hopefully it does well there. I'm gonna try it there. It might be too small there to run there because it has like loops and stuff. So we'll see how it holds up there. If not, we'll bash here. But either way, I have to go there because I want to run the 12S Kraton, and I want to run the 6S Notorious while I'm there. So if this one doesn't do that well there, I'll just mention it in the video. And even if you're not in, even if you don't want one and you're not a fan, you have to admit that looks good. Wow. Yeah, just charging batteries, getting ready to do some fashion. Got the Noble ready because what is it? The Mega Kraton's on that, and then we got. I think the Notorious is still in the stock controller. I'm almost certain it is. Then we'll load up the side by side and take it down the road. Part of me's thinking that big ass ramp in my yard, cutting it in half so I can take it to where I want to go right now. And then when I'm home, make it so you get those real sturdy, strong clasps. That's hard to say. And when you want to use the bigger ramp, you just put the other half to it and close the big clasps tight and should hold it together. if you get what I'm saying. What are you guys up to? I was, and this, like I said, I wasn't in my video when I did the unboxing of this. I was in it and forgot. But yeah, it does have a center diff, which I'm thinking about thickening up a little bit. Um, yeah, I might thicken it up a little bit. Working on 3D printing a boat trailer. Hell yeah, dude. I do like how these plugs are 90 degrees and flat. They're not straight up and down. I'm curious to see if that'll go over to bigger rigs. When I look at these, I always look at them as, okay, what are they going to scale up? You know what I mean? I was going to say gorgonzola. That's a cheese, bud. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, I'm curious to see how much of this stuff is going to get scaled up to the bigger stuff. But yeah, I'm really debating. Once I start actually batching it and running it, I might thicken up the center diff. Who doesn't like cheese? What's up, RC Closer? How you doing, buddy? But like I said, the first two packs, man, I've been impressed with how it handles. But they will be the true test. We'll do real jumps. We'll do attempt to do front flips because me and front flips I'll break something. Hence why we have so many backup parts now. That's why I want to do it in the first video in case it broke early. Now we have that safety net a little bit. We got most of the big brake parts, like I said, front and rear arms, the I call them carriers, but the front rear blocks, whatever the hell they're called. Uh, all the pins, pin retainers. We got shock towers, so we can definitely give this thing the beans. But again, I think I have a feeling now after this run today, I might thicken up this center diff. I'm not going to lock it by any means, but I'll thicken it up a little. Nothing much, RC Closer. Just talking about the Mini, looking at it, talking about RCs in general, charging up some packs. Speak of the devil, this one is finished. This is for the Mini. And then I'm going to charge up some other packs for the Mega Kraton. So 2 6S packs there. And then another 6S pack for the Notorious. And then we're going to do some running today, man. I take a LRP 32 Savage out later. Hell yeah, dude. How do you like the LRP? I can never get these little plugs out. Those LRPs, I hear good things, but I've never ran one to actually know. I wish it made these little plugs, these adapters, IC2 to or IC3 to IC2. When they're in the charger, they're like flush, and they can't grab them to get them out. You love the LRP, makes good power on the That's sick, dude. I'll try to show you what I just was talking about. So like on this charger, I have this adapter and this plug for the battery plugs right here. But like once you pull the battery, you can't grab the adapter to get it out. It's really a pain. Can be a pain to get it up though. Oh really? Does aftermarket carburetors work on there? You can toss a different carb on there. Do I plan on leaving my Mini Kraton stock? Time will tell, because M2C got one in and I'm a big M2C fan. I'm more of a run it and upgrade the things I think it needs. I really want to start bash on all these extra parts here to see how she holds up. I'm sure everything needs something. You know what I mean? Not everything's perfect out of the box, or nothing's perfect out of the box, I should say. So we'll see. But again, I'm curious to see what M2C's up to. Those guys are mad scientists, so I'm big. When I want upgrades, I always check for them first because they make awesome stuff and born, built, tested in America. So when I plug in this 6S pack, this is going to be for the Notorious later. Balance plug in. This is 6,000 mile. Let's see. 6S current. 6 amps. Stuff. Modified piston and sleeve too. Hell yeah, dude. It's probably badass. Yeah, I figured, but once in a while, you just build some crazy shit. Yeah, dude. Nah, 100%. Like, hence the Mega Kraton I built. Got like their whole set, and I put the Vitavon bulkheads front and rear. That thing's just a whole different animal, dude. Addicted does the primal still go prap. He's afraid of that. Addicted won't run that. He's scared. Well, scared. Just kidding. Just me and Addicted's a friend, so we can talk trash. So once, yeah, crazy builds. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, that Mega Crank, no. Like I said, a whole different beast, dude. I run 2 of these packs in the Mega Crank. Don't mind the electrical tape. Just the batteries are fine. Just the outer covering was coming off. So I run two 10,000 6S packs, 120C with these big ass QS8s on there. Um, Straight beast mode. Borderline scary, and that's exactly what I wanted. And you run the Hobby Wing Max 4 combo in that. Thing's nasty, dude. I have another Hobby Wing Max 4 combo in my DBXL that I converted. I think he's getting a new engine this year at some point. Money though, yeah. Once you start looking into those 2-stroke, big, powerful engines, they're not cheap. If you want to keep it 2-stroke. Sorry for the quality. I know it probably looks fine. It's only 720p. I normally stream at 1080p, but we're using StreamYard right now, which I normally just use OBS to stream. But when I'm by myself, and that's 1080p, and I refuse to pay for StreamYard, but KGM is coming in, so when I have someone else on the stream, I like to use StreamYard. But yeah, I'm not paying for StreamYard. That's my biggest complaint. It's like you want 1080p through StreamYard, you have to pay for it. That's ridiculous. Halo 50. I'm curious what he's going to put in there. Matt, are you coming back to hang out, bro? So 6S for that. We got those 2 6S's that charges this a bed. No. For the Mega, we got the batteries charged for charging for this. This one's almost done. Really curious how these little baby backflips do too. I'm a bigger fan. I said again, I know I'm repeating myself. They're a little taller, but they look like they're a little. So I would say maybe a smidge skinnier, maybe. Most likely color match and all. Once I do it to the frame, everything is getting anodized. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be nasty looking. That's gonna look good. And he won't run it. Yeah, it'd be too pretty. Scared to scratch it. Yeah. Again, the only quote unquote modification I did is I put screen over this fan because I'm notorious for breaking fans and collecting rocks and stuff in there. So I always put screen on my fans, and I still need to do this one. All my rigs, I run screen on there. Keep the big chunks out. It's a badass looking little rig, man. I'm really impressed though. So I'm more into the big trucks, man. I have to say, but it handles so good. Those backflips look good on there too. I'm looking at the screen. We'll see if it'll thicken the center. Nah, I feel like it's a little thin. Little baby copperheads. So weird working on these from going to like even 6S up to 12S stuff to this. It's like a little bit different. Just got in. What are you doing to the Mini Kraton? Uh, Honestly, just talking about it, I put the backflips on. I ordered backflips because more my tread pattern and just shooting shit. I really just talking about it. I showed that I covered my fan with a screen because I do that on all my rigs. I'm just charging batteries, man, and just enjoying the live stream and chatting with you guys while my battery's charged, dude. Let's talk about thickening the center diff, but I'm gonna get more runs in before I do that. But I feel like it's a little thin. What about you, HTX? How you doing, buddy? I can't say I don't have a mini XRT. Me just comparing the two, bang for your buck. This is a little more, but you're getting more. And if you put the stuff on the mini XRT that's on here right now, you'd be more money. And just the fact that it comes with aluminum shocks and shock caps, the aluminum chassis brace, the heat sink and fan, metal drivetrain, it's pretty sick, dude. But the mini XRT, it looks sick. But again, I can't speak for it firsthand because I don't have one. Doing great, brother. Love my content. I appreciate that, dude. Much appreciated. Go back, watch the older videos too. Um, we got some cool runs in there, man. Because again, I was this close to getting a mini XRT, and then I seen this and compared the two, and just what it comes with out of the box is what sold me on it. It's solid XRT. I'm sure it is. Like I said, I'm not a fanboy by any means, dude. I have everything. I have HPIs, Losies, Red Cats, Traxxas, Armas. I run anything cool, man. And I want to get a mini XRT eventually. But again, once I was looking at it, I was gonna buy it, and I seen this, and like I said, just with what it comes with out of the box, I was like, I'm gonna slay this way for now. I ran 4 packs back to back in my Mini Kraton and have yet to hit thermal. Yeah, dude, that's what surprised me. It coming with it coming with this mini heatsink and fan is huge. It's huge. I was shocked because I ran the first pack without the speed key in, and then put the speed key in and went up and down my dirt road and like full throttle. A lot of that video was cut out because it was kind of boring. It was just me trying to get it to overheat, and it didn't. So shout out to them for doing that for sure. XRT is great though. Yeah, dude. Like I said, I'm sure it is. I love my I have a fifth scale, the big version of the XR3. I think that thing's an animal, dude. I love that truck. Soldier on the Vigilante. Did you upgrade it? I had issues with that. I filmed it all though and showed you guys the diff issues I had, but I also put a bigger power plant in there. And then once MTC released that motor mount and stuff, changed the game. And I put the upgraded gears from Red Cat in it, and it's been good since. Which they did some shady stuff. There's certain things with that truck that happened that they don't openly say happened, and multiple people have had the same issue, including RC guy, KGM, myself, a few other people, and they kind of just quietly fixed it and didn't say anything. Which I'm not saying other companies don't do that, but other companies, like I know people personally that like blew up gears, and when they were upgraded, they got sent the upgraded versions. Like I said, I'm not trying to talk trash on Red Cat. I like their trucks, but I think they could have handled it a little better. But again, every company has that. You get that. You'll get that from Arma. You'll get that from Traxxas sometimes. So again, it's no shot to one specific brand. GoPro battery in. Charge up my GoPro batteries. We're ready to go. Got my memory card in there. Let me make sure there's nothing on them right now. Got the second run of it with the better gears. Nice. The Kraton's just a bit better, even though XR2 is very cool. Right now, the Kraton is newer and cooler. Period. Yeah, like I said, that's just the newest thing on the block, so it's gonna have that like fog over people's eyes in the beginning. But that's why I don't do my reviews until like 12 packs in, because there's that, ooh, my new toy, you know what I mean? So I like to have that wear off a little bit, and then really keep running it, and then even like I don't film all my runs, so just to really get a good handle on the truck before I do a review. Because I don't understand some people unbox it, run it, and then review it. It's like, what about longevity? They're like, like I said, you have that fog in front of your eyes where it's like, oh, like this is the new coolest thing out right now. Okay, but is it as good as you think, or are you just excited that it's new? You know, because we all get that. Like I don't care what anybody says. Everybody has that. And that's why RC companies will probably never send me a rig, because I refuse to lie. I just say it like it is. Like I had this issue, I did this didn't work. I'm not a fan of this. I think this should do better. Uh-oh, Mr. KGM. All right, guys, when he joins, let me know if you hear him talking through my speakers, and I can adjust that. What's up, buddy?
Not much. How you doing?
Good. That's a fancy microphone you got there.
Oh yeah, I gotta back away. There's a lot of room for memes to be made if I'm sitting like this.
I'm gonna screenshot that and make something later.
Just let me know if the audio's kind of screwed up, because I haven't really messed with any of the settings yet, so I don't know if the gain's too high or not. So
You don't sound bad to me. Guys, let us know if KGM needs to move his mic closer, like really, really close to his face, or if anything, just let him know he's got a new mic. Once he closes the
TikTok shop
has speed over 60. I'm an army guy. Hey, dude. Like I said, I'm not any kind of guy. Well, I am a guy, but in the sense that I'm not like brand loyal by any means. I think something's cool. I like it, you know.
Lotus, what's up? Lauren, what's up? What's up, Addicted?
Sounded good, but you need to grab that mic with two hands, move it a little. I'll leave all RCs. Yeah, dude, exactly. That's the cool thing about the hobby, though. You want the options, you know. So, KGM, have you seen anything on the Mini Kraton? What's your thoughts?
I've watched maybe one or two videos on it. Yours being one of them. I think it's a stout little rig. I think they took that chassis brace. That's incredible. Like factory chassis brace like that. That's a major step in the right direction.
Yeah, 100%. Because what's the first thing that like companies make, like third-party companies make, is a chassis support for the bottom of these rigs.
Right. Is there something between the towers and under the body?
No, there isn't.
But that cage inside the body's pretty stout, right?
Yeah, it's super stout.
Yeah, so there's your chassis brace, your upper chassis brace right there.
The only thing, like I said before in my video, is if you take a hard enough impact, but this thing being so light, it might not be an issue. But hit here, you know how bodies flex? I have a feeling this might bend.
Yeah.
That rod. But again, this thing is actually hard to do that, so time will tell. But
well, that's kind of what I thought with that new Big Rock, but I still bent mine up.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back to a traditional body to bash that thing. That clipless system did not survive a KGM bash.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Like, is it worth all these companies doing clipless, or should they just stick to pins? Because there's trade-offs for both. You know what I mean? Because like when a clipless system works, it's nice, but when it doesn't and you can't get your body off, it's a pain in the butt.
Right.
I haven't had that issue with this yet, but again, I only have 2 packs in there right now. And in that video, that one time I had an issue was just me being stupid. I didn't push it in far enough. That's what she said. But you own 7 different brands? Hell yeah, dude. But are you running anything today, KGM?
No, it's the weather turned to crap again.
Yeah.
Yeah, these peasants up north have to deal with snow.
Yeah, it's gross. It's 80 today.
Got a new nitro on the bench that I got to break in. I could do that, but I got too much stuff going on.
What do you have to break in?
I got a new nitro on the bench behind me. It's WR8 HPI.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's
Have you done a video on it?
No, I haven't done anything on it yet. I just I actually picked it up. I think it was Black Friday or something, and it's been in the box sitting in my back room, and I was just cleaning stuff out yesterday and brought it in here. It's pretty cool. It's got this rally car body on it.
That thing is sick.
Yeah. On-road tires. I was already looking to put monster truck tires on it, but I don't want to cut this body up. It's too nice.
Yeah, maybe after a few runs and it gets beat up.
Yeah, maybe. It's only a single speed, which kind of is a downside of it. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, single. I can see the downside of that, but sometimes single speed is just nice because it's less to mess with, dude. Because sometimes you get those 2 speeds and it's not shifting right or shifting too late, and this and that. So much to mess with sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I like wrenching, but sometimes it can get annoying.
Well, that Serpent buggy, that Serpent on-road car, I was having a heck of a time with the 2-speed on that. And there was like no instructions on that, on how to operate that. So once I got
You also
that
had
dialed
issues. I didn't mean to talk over you, but you also had
you're good.
issues with the USA 1 too, right? That transmission?
That was factory problems though, because they recalled and then set a bunch of new parts out because the one-way bearings were slipping on the shaft.
Oh, gotcha.
So they ended up, Kyosho ended up sending everybody who bought them new transmission parts, rebuild parts.
Well,
They
that's
would,
good on them.
yeah, it would lock all 3 gears up and then it would strip everything out. The one-way bearings weren't grabbing or working properly. So
KGM bash equals durability test.
that's not wrong.
Yeah, that's for sure. He broke all my trucks when he was here. That was a lot of fun, though. You got to come back sometime, dude.
Oh, heck yeah, man. That was a blast.
It was.
Hopefully it's not the day after a hurricane this time.
Yeah, I was about to say, hopefully I have power when you're here next time.
Hey, that generator put off plenty of power.
Oh, yeah. It did all right. But, yeah, these little mini baby backflips are badass. They're just so
Yeah,
tiny.
I like those.
And like I said, they're just a smidge bigger, like very little. But I feel like this thing will really hook up with these now. They just slip. The copperheads, I feel like, slip a little bit too much for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I only had those on my 6S Kraton, so I really can't speak on that.
Yeah, I had those. I had them on something for a while, and it's just, even on the bigger trucks, it's just my drive style. I don't. Yeah, they're not a bad tire by any means, but I just like the pins. Like these are like what's those tires they don't make anymore standalone? You have to buy them mounted already.
Which brand?
They're Proline. Badlands.
Badlands?
Yeah, like they're I that's my all-time favorite tire is the Badlands Red, but they don't make them unmounted anymore. So like if I want to put them on my Truggy, you have to buy them already mounted, and they're heavy as hell.
Oh, they're so heavy.
Yeah, so that's why I like the backflips, because they're close to that pattern, and they do really well. The only thing Fisco I run those Badlands on are my Mega Kraton, just because that thing has the power, and it doesn't care how heavy those tires are. It just rips.
Yeah, I got a set of those for my Mega Kraton too, because I took that out once and I blew all 4 backflips right off of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're yeah, for that rig, yeah, it makes sense. But the other ones, well, I would never put those on a stock like 8S rig. They're just too heavy. Where'd my
What's up, Todd?
On your 8S and 6S, overpowered in my 8S, and they are also standing backflips with my Kraton. Yeah, like I said, to each their own. It's just they're not horrible, but just not my drive style, man. Because I have a brand new set up there that came on the Kraton from the Mega Kraton build. They never even touched the ground. I might look at these mugs, right? Wait, hold on, I'll show you a better mug. There you go. There's the looks in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. You do you still have that set up with the tube for breaking in nitros?
I do, but I have to redo it because the way I have it set up, it's I got to just run a permanent tube through the conduit because my idea was to have the tube. So what I did is I put a T outside of my wall facing out for the exhaust so that I could just let the oil drip down under my concrete. But the problem is it causes too much back pressure inside the conduit. So what I actually have to do is just run the hose that's hooked to the exhaust out the T and just abandon the whole idea of catching the oil. So which is fine because it'll just drip out behind my wood pile and be fine. But
Yeah, I got
just a
you.
little oversight that I had.
That happens. We all do it. Hollywood is calling chef. I know, right, dude? People can handle it. Too studly. I'd be taking all the roles, man, in Hollywood. Take all the Jason Momoa and Jason Statham roles. They'd lose their jobs. I'm curious what this is. Oh, wrong camera. You see this little eye thing on the cage? Curious what that's for. This little cut down on the cage. It's hard to see.
Does it sit on the chassis somewhere to keep the body from smushing?
That's what I'm trying to see. Yeah, actually it does. That little thing sits right across here.
Nice.
It's that little attention to details. I really like looking at these little rigs when they first come out because eventually this stuff gets put into the bigger rigs. You know what I mean? So I'm curious to see what's going to transfer over. And I really like, I don't see anybody talking about this, but these plugs are 90 degrees now instead of straight up and down.
That saves so much room.
Yeah, and they're not just like in the way of the body or nothing. They're just nice and flat. And I know it sounds like kind of like whatever, it's a plug, but like there's been a few times I'm working on something and I'm trying to run my wires, and those coming up past that ESC or like routing this way makes routing a pain sometimes. So
that really aggravates me that they got all these brushless systems out now for these minis, and me and you were trying to cob job our own in there.
Oh wait, every time you look away from your mic, we don't hear you. So can you say that again?
What aggravates me is they have all these brushless systems now for these Groms, and when me and you first got the Typhon, we were cob jobbing stuff together to try and get brushless in these.
Oh yeah, I fit it.
Like here's mine. It's still not done because I couldn't find I couldn't get the gearing right because of the that plate, the little plastic plate that the motor puts on, that you put the motor on.
Yeah.
But
yeah, center brace. Yeah, you're right, Lotus. Yeah, where's my Grom? I just had it. Here it is. My Grom, I managed to make it work. And I crammed a way bigger ESC than I should have into here. But I got the Hobby Wing 120 amp ESC with the Hobby Wing brushless motor in there. And I still use the heat sink.
I put an entire Traxxas VXL system out of a Mini E-Revo in mine.
Very nice.
But look at the size of the battery plug compared to the rest of the car. It's giant.
Yeah, we did these before they had the brushless version of the Groms. And this ESC is overkill for this truck. But if for some reason this ESC goes out, I'm going to take this one out and put it in here. And then I have a 60 amp ESC that would fit better in here. But it worked for the time being, and that little hobby wing motor is badass. Where'd I put the body now? Here. But yeah, as you can tell, I had to cut my body to fit these wires. It's actually this. Now that I'm looking at it, this clipless body on the Mega Kraton is literally an updated version. Because here's the Mini Kraton, very simple. You had the button in the front, unclipped, and the tongue in the back. Mini Kraton, bigger tongue in the back, more caging, and instead of the button being in the front to unclip it, it has that extended rod in the back. So it's literally like they looked at this and they're like, all right, we're going to update this and make the button in the back. And it's kind of cool to see the little step in the different direction because it clips on the same. It clips onto the front. It has a tongue in the back. A little thing.
She likes that bigger tongue.
Yeah, for real. Like I said, little details like that I think are sick. You think they're inevitably come out with a new 4S line? You think they're gonna have a chassis brace on it like this does?
I mean, maybe they'll come out with like an EXB 4S line with an upgrade on it, but that's a hard sell because the 4S line's pretty much already at the max price point that you want at a 4S. And if they start adding stuff on and increasing the cost, you might as well buy an 1/8 scale then.
Yeah, you might as well buy 6S. I know exactly what you're saying.
Right. And then you get an aluminum chassis and you get all that stuff. So see you later, Lotus.
JD's Lotus. Appreciate you coming in here, man.
I mean, it kind of stinks though too, because if they start putting these braces and stuff on these RTRs, then you're going to start seeing a lot of aftermarket companies hurting.
No, yeah, I agree with you too. I thought about that as well.
Because why would you buy an upgraded aftermarket brace if you could just get one from the OEM?
Especially people that don't realize there's a difference in aluminum. Like they're gonna see aluminum and just think it's all the same, you know?
Right.
When M2C is using 7075 like aircraft grade aluminum, and they're just using low end like easy bend
American
aluminum.
made too.
Yeah.
None of that Chinese aluminum.
Thanks for that subscription. If you're in the live, I appreciate it. If you did it from a video, still appreciate it. If you guys don't know KGM, go check him out. I have him linked in the description. Just click that link and give him a sub. He does pretty much anything. He's big into 2-strokes, nitros. He's got some electrics, crawlers. He made his own tracks for what you put those on. Your tracks on what?
Oh, let me get that. That's my Gen 8.
Yeah, he made his own tracks for his Gen 8. He drives it in the snow, so definitely check him out. Check out Addicted to RC. He's another good dude. Yeah, hold on. Let me blow you up here so you can see. How do I make you solo? I don't know.
Yeah, so these are 100% PLA, except for the paddles, which are TPU. I had to, I couldn't let RC Ohio one-up me, so he sent me the file so that I could do this myself because I couldn't let Todd get one up on me.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah. Well, this is I take that back. These are all Pet G. I figured the idlers and the gears being Pet G would be better for the wear, and then this is all PLA. This is actually PLA silk which might have been a mistake, but they work. And then these are TPU. These are got a bunch of extra ones here or there. This blows my mind that you can print something that's flexible like this out of the TPU.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. And of course, did you you printed all that with no glue on the print bed?
Yeah.
That's an inside joke, guys. Sorry. I had to take that shot.
Yeah, I just printed those addicted.
Sorry, bud.
Todd found the file, RC Ohio. He found the file on Thingiverse, and then he started printing it. And then he's like, "Oh, this is a good file." So I found it too, and then I printed it from there.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
Those tracks are all printed in place. So there's you could get the 6-link belt, and then you could get single links. So if you break a link, you could just print out a single link. It's a nice file that the guy made.
That's sick, dude. I think does really well too.
Yeah. I got a problem in the rear. It's either in the rear diff or something on it where the one track will lock up if it's under a lot of stress. So I got to figure it out, but work in progress.
Yeah, dude, that is sick though. It's cool. If you guys don't know, Addicted's starting to mess with some 3D printing. I'm not going to say what he's working on or anything, but that's up to him to do. But he's got something in the works that's going to be pretty badass. So you might want to follow him, shoot him a subscription. I think he's going to send me something too as well. I'll show you guys. But it's pretty legit. I think you guys are actually digging a lot. Thank God you were jerking about the glue shaft. But yeah, man, this I'm excited to get this Mini Kraton back out. Test these little backflips and stuff. Especially now, like I said, I have those parts, so I have some backup in case I break something or when I break something. I haven't watched many videos on it, so I don't know what people are breaking or if they're breaking something. I think I heard one person, they broke their servo or something. But I have a servo that'll fit in there, so if that comes down to it, that's what I'll do.
Is that ESC mount and servo mount all in one like the Groms? Do you know?
Yeah, you'd have to, if you want to run a ESC, like a separate ESC receiver, you'd have to, they have that little part you can buy. You can print it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they sell those now still. But again, someone else is in here too. I don't know if he's still here. He said he's ran it a bunch of times, and with the speed plug-in, it hasn't overheated or thermal shut down or nothing. So knock on wood, it's been good. Second part of my video, I was telling people earlier, I cut a lot of that out. It was just me going up and down my dirt road and off into the grass, just full speed, just trying to overheat it, and it didn't. I took it and like took the body off and touched it like on the road. It was warm. It wasn't even hot. Hunter,
it's kind of a hard platform to really overpower because it's so small. You can only put so much to it. It's not like the bigger ones where you can just see how far it goes until it blows. The weak links are everywhere in that thing, where if you start putting 4S to it or overgear it, you're just gonna grenades everything.
Yeah, but they had that issue. They had an issue with, what is it? Your Big Rock, when they lowered the amperage on the ESC, right? And it like shuts off early.
Well, the original Big Rock did that too, because 100 amp, it was not enough for that. So I ended up upgrading the original one to a 120 amp, and then here comes the new one out with an 80 amp ESC. That, like, it's just not enough. I don't know why they did that.
And the weird thing with this is this, I forget how many amps this is, but it's a small amperage. But I haven't had a cutout. The other guy hasn't had a cutout or anything like that. And this thing's ripping at like 50 miles an hour with the speed gear and stuff. I mean, with the speed plug. I don't know what they did. It feels really smooth too. But like I said, time will tell. I only have 2 packs through it right now. We'll have another 2 through it today. Who said that? Thank God. How's the Mini Kraton? Honestly, I'm impressed with it. I just said I don't have a lot of packs through it yet, but from what I've done so far, I'm impressed with it. I think it handles great. I was super impressed at how I handled my yard. I fully expected it to get tossed around by all the bumps and stuff in my yard, but it just eats it up. It literally handles like a little baby Kraton, which again sounds stupid, but like if you know when they shrink certain rigs, they still don't handle the same. But this, I'm impressed. I really am. The only other thing I want to address after I have some more packs through it is I may thicken up the center diff and the rear. If you notice in that video, some of those jumps, even the smaller ones, when it hits, it has that ass end hop and it likes to flip. So I might do some shock tuning and change out the shock fluid in the rear. But other than that, it's pretty cool.
Is that have a center diff or is it a spool like the
No, it's a center diff.
Is it a diff?
Yeah. Little baby center diff in there.
That's cool.
You run 130 amp in your 80 amp. Is it insult? Yeah, 100%.
Are the shock towers molded into the body or the chassis? I mean,
no. I actually have those on the bench right now. No, they're you can take them off.
Yeah, that's cool. That's terrible on the Typhon because I broke one. I had to change the entire chassis.
Yeah, chassis swap. The only
granted,
thing
it's a cheap part, but it's a cheap part, but it's a lot to swap just for a shock tower.
Oh yeah, 100%. You're doing the whole truck. But with this, the only thing that's like that I can remember is the bulkhead is built into the chassis. So if for some reason you crack a bulkhead, you're swapping a whole chassis. Those backflips look awesome. Yeah, dude, I'm pumped to get it out there and test them out. And yeah, I agree with you. I hope they do an Outcast as well, because I'm an Outcast guy. I like the shorter wheelbases. But if they do one, for sure, that'd be sick. Would I consider doing the dip fluids? Yeah, like I just said, after today, I'll decide if I want to thicken the center. The front and rear seem a little thin, but we'll see. But I think the center's a little thin. I want to earplug it, but I'd toss something thicker in there. That's just from the 2 packs I ran out. Really, I'll know more today.
Putting an earplug in that would be catastrophic, I think.
Yeah, I know, but I want to earplug it, but part of me kind of wants to just to see what happens. I don't know. People said me earplugging, I forget what truck it was, would be bad, but I haven't broken nothing yet. But that's a way bigger truck.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I want to earplug it now. But yeah, the diffs are definitely thin, but I'd start with the center and see how it goes from there, and then work my way around. But are you getting into anything today, KGM?
I got to cut up the Pinewood Derby cars with the kids.
Cut it up?
Scouts. What's that?
Like make it?
Yeah, they do the Pinewood Derby with the Cub Scouts, and they give them. You get the wooden block, and you got to cut it. And
well, I thought when you said you had to cut it up, I thought you like the Pine where the Derby was done, and you were just gonna cut it up into pieces.
No, they save the cars and everything. They put them on their dresser.
Gotcha. 500K in such a small truck work. Yeah. I was thinking something like that as well. I think I have 500K here. If not, I'll make a concoction of a couple and just make it work. But yeah, so I really think this would be really fun at that skate park you go to, KGM.
Yeah, I'll have to get one
Because
eventually.
all the ones that that place you do your videos at, I really think this will shine there.
Yeah.
Because it's not too big where it's kind of like the skate park is too small, so it's kind of like just kind of cumbersome. And the way this thing, how fast it is and stuff, I think it would be a hell of a lot of fun there.
Yeah, problem is everything's covered in so much snow right now. So we had a good meltdown, but out at that little BMX track I go to right on the lake is kind of questionable right now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's because of the material that they have for the base, that screening fine silt. It gets, once that's wet, it's just like pudding. It's hard to do anything there until it dries up a little bit. But
yeah, we used to call that, you get like that cow shit mud.
Yeah, it's kind of what it turns into. And then the other place I go, that the actual concrete skate park, the only issue with that is with the smaller trucks is the steel coping on the ramps. Once it completely screws up the lift when you get off the jump.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. I can see that for sure. You got to hit that. You got to hit that one ramp that goes like this. It's like the super big one. It looks like a drop-in ramp. You got to hit that with something. Every time I see that in your video, I'm like, just full speed, just hope for the like, cross your fingers and hope for the best. Kyle's a good dad, yeah, for sure, dude. He's a good dude in general. You always almost. Why can I read? Always prefer an almost lock center dip. Yeah, I'm with you on that, but this being this small, we'll see. Like American Man said, 500K might be the ticket. But again, I want to run it some more before I do that. Maybe later today we'll go live and do the center diff. Who knows? We may not. What are we at? Oh wow, we've been live for a minute. I didn't realize what time it was. But I think we're going to end it there. Again, link to KGM in the description. Go check him out. He's a good dude. He's got some cool stuff to play with, so he's definitely worth checking out. Check out our buddy at Dave 2RC. Again, he's working on something that I think is going to be really, really cool. I'm actually looking forward to getting one when he sends it, because I think it's going to honestly take off. It's a really solid idea, what he made. Again, I'm not trying to ruin it. It's his to talk about, but definitely keep an eye out. Mini Limitless. Oh, dude, that would honestly be cool as hell.
Yes.
Yeah, like a little baby one. Dude, that'd be sick, dude. Just
you would have to get. Yeah, sorry for talking over you.
You're good.
You would have to put some serious downforce on that thing, because I feel like the minute you got like full throttle, that thing would just turn into a plane.
Yeah, 100%. It'd be like, dude, if they can make a Mini Limitless go like 70, that'd be insane. Like, if they can really get that figured out, 70, 80, a little baby Limitless would be insane.
Yeah. Because, like, if you think of how small the Vendetta was, and when that thing was going 100, how hard it was to control, and then you're going to put it even smaller, it's like crazy to think about.
You'd have to put like weights in it, I think, and then like you said, figure out the downforce with like the right deflectors and stuff, and that'd be cool as hell, though.
You'd almost have to put wings on the side of it backwards to try and just keep everything down.
Yeah, give it some. Yeah, dude, that'd be sick though. Little baby one. I'm telling you, I think 70, 80 this big will just be it's you're borderline like a missile at that point. Like it's the thing. So
You would have to put a little blinking light on the top so you could see it.
dude, for real, 100%. And you'd have to have the rear one blink red and the front one blink green, so you know which way it's facing. Hybrid, what's up, buddy? We're actually closing it up right now, man. We were just talking about the little baby Kraton. That's actually pretty impressive. And then KGM was talking about the new Nitro he has to break in, and yeah.
What's up, Hybrid?
Huh?
I said, what's up, Hybrid?
You know what? I forgot to do the thing again.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You would think after all the lives I've done and every time I bring this up, I would just do it. But the fact that it doesn't do it by itself makes me furious. Like, why doesn't it just not do it? Even when I just use OBS or straight from YouTube, I have to do it myself. So dumb. Nowadays, all that other stuff meant nothing. I'm only kidding. But yeah, I think we're going to end it there. We're going to end it like we always do. Wherever you are in the world, have a good morning, afternoon, and night. Look for videos coming. Again, we're charging all these batteries to go make content, and look for more stuff on this little badass. And yeah, anything you got to say, KGM, before we close it?
If you ain't taking a shit in a dumpster, then where the fuck you at?
If you guys don't stay to the end of my videos, that's probably the first time you ever heard that. It's in every one of my videos at the very end. So you guys have a good rest of your day and look for content soon. We're going out to film.
See you later, everybody.